Okay, apparently it's recording. I'm recording myself recording. So without further ado, I will introduce this beautiful gem. 2013 Daytona 675 R. R is very important because R gives you a lot of perks that you would need for this bike to be a great bike. So before that, I'll give you guys a quick walk around of the bike. As you can see, it's white and black, and the back is a little bit of red right there. Just to share the specs with you guys. Everybody wants to know if this bike has ABS. Yes, this bike does have ABS. Does this have aftermarket exhaust? Yes, this bike does have an aftermarket exhaust, which is a Hindle exhaust. It's a beautiful sounding exhaust. I will share more videos about this exhaust as I drive more and more, and there will be a exhaust comparison coming up soon. Second thing that we get from this is we get the famous, my first ever quick shifter. We have the quick shifter, which is located right here. This quick shifter is amazing, sounds amazing. It grips, I don't see any lag in the gears. It goes through smooth through the gears, which is perfect. It comes with Brembo brakes. It got Olin shocks, Brembo brakes, Olin shocks. It has a very sensitive throttle. I don't know if this was designed by the person who had this bike or it comes with it or not, but it's so much more fun. I mean, I can fly on this bike so quick. I can shift through gear so fast. I can blip the throttle in from here to there so fast. But it is something that you have to get really used to. On low speeds, it is kind of jerky sometimes because it is designed for high performance, from what I know, from what I understood and what I was told. So we have carbon fiber on the front, we have carbon fiber in the back. This is not carbon fiber, I believe. The exhaust is not carbon fiber, but it does look like carbon fiber. This person who I bought it from, or a person before them, we also have carbon fiber here as well, just to mention. The person who I bought it from was really good with protection, so they have a cover right here. They also have a cover right here. They have protection sliders right here, which is amazing, which is great. I didn't have to do any of the work. This was already removed before that. As you guys know, my Gixxer also had it removed before that, so this is amazing. I love not having extra stuff around here. The lights are right here. You can get the brake lights, the indicator lights showing up here and here. Same goes on the left side as well. The speedometer, so we have our speed shows up in digital, our RPMs are analog. We have neutral. We have carbon fiber in here as well. This is beautifully designed carbon fiber in here. Very nicely put bike. I mean, this is my dream bike, so obviously I will be a little biased. I'm not afraid to say it. Also, the bike was already covered, came with this protection that I already had, so pretty much I didn't have to do anything since I've gotten the bike, other than do the basic maintenance, oil change, coolant change, and all that good stuff that you should do every time you buy a used bike. Now what we will do is I'll show you guys the speedometer, what it looks like once it gets on. Right now, I don't know if you guys can see it in the light, it's a beautiful blue speedometer. We have the ABS flashing. We have trip 1, trip 2, ABS circuit mode. What we're going to do now is we're going to get on the bike, we're going to take it out for a ride, and I will share the experience of buying this bike from a person, and what did I look for, what did I expect, and what did I get, and all that good stuff. There's a hair in my eye. I can't see. Oh my god. Oh, didn't know my hair were that long. Jeez. Alright. Put it in first. There's so much more information outside already about this bike. People who are enthusiastic about this bike, they do end up getting this bike. There's a famous YouTuber who's bought this bike multiple times, even after crashing. Thank God he's good, but he's bought it so many times because he loves this bike so much. And that was one of the reasons why I bought this bike too. This bike is just beautiful looking bike. I mean the beauty's in the eyes of a beholder. But for me, this bike looks beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The little sound on the engine, that little once you're going through the gears, it makes that sound. That sound is so unique to this engine. Let's go through the steps of buying this motorcycle. So what I ended up doing, I ended up finding this bike super far away. Actually, Sean ended up finding it for me, and it was super far away. And I was like, let's go check it out. I went to check out the bike. The guy was extremely nice guy, very skinny guy, and the first thing he said was like, he's too small, he's too skinny for the bike, because this bike is too powerful. And too powerful in the sense, I think this bike already had the specs before he even got the bike, and this bike, because of that reason, it's very sensitive to the throttle. So a lot of people have to be very careful when they get the bike, and if you don't know how to control the throttle, it can be very dangerous for you. But with that being said, this person showed me the bike. We met at a parking lot of Walmart, and we saw the bike. I drove the bike around. Keep in mind, I've never driven a quick shifter before this bike in my entire life. I haven't even touched a quick shifter before this bike, so I didn't know how the quick shifter worked. I didn't even know this bike actually had a quick shifter, but it did, which is, I gotta be honest, I used to be a quick shifter hater. I don't know why, but since I got the quick shifter, I mean, it is the most amazing thing you can have on a bike. I mean, especially when you're going on the higher speeds, it is absolute a blast to have a quick shifter at higher speeds. But yes, so I ended up seeing this bike the same night. I was like, I want this bike. And there's only 2 bikes in the location I'm located in, pretty much. They're the ones I had mentioned. There's no other Daytona in this area. Isn't that crazy? That was available for sale, but I doubt there's that many Daytonas in this area anyways. But nonetheless, I ended up negotiating with the guy. He had a higher price, and obviously you negotiate, and I ended up getting down to $7,000 for this bike. To be honest, I did my research. The likes are priced way higher everywhere else, even if they were less or more miles in other states and such. So I think I ended up getting a great deal for the year, the mileage, and everything. So let's talk about the mileage then. The mileage on this bike when I bought it was at 9,300 something miles, I believe, when I bought the bike. I've gone over, I think I've pretty much gone over 1,000+ miles on this bike so far, and I've done my oil change initially when I bought the bike. I drove a little bit, I did my oil change, I did the coolant change myself, which was amazing. Round and round we go, round and round we go, and slow we go, slow and slow we go, round and round we go, slow and slow we go. Look at the flick of the wrist, look at the flick of the wrist. I shared all the pros and all the things that I liked about the bike. I want to share what has happened since I bought the bike at the certain mileage and all that good stuff, right? So since then, what has happened is that obviously when you're reaching around 10,000 miles, you need to get your service done. So this bike requires service at 12,000 miles, which will cost me around give or take about $900. I already looked up, I already called the dealership. I know the only Triumph dealership can do the service. So that's one of the things you guys need to consider when you guys are buying a motorcycle or used motorcycle. At what point the motorcycle is at. So other than that, then let's go to the next part. Another costly thing that will happen for me is that I will need to have rear wheel replaced soon. So I have to change my rear tire soon, because the rear tire is pretty much not bald yet, but is approaching that time. So that means when I will change the rear one, I'll have to change the front one as well. So the current tires that this bike has, if I use the same tires that this bike already has, that will cost me, if I don't do it myself and I get it done from the shop, that would cost me around, give or take, $500. So I'm looking at $1,500 tacked on top of what I've already done the bike. I did the oil change and the coolant and all that stuff, which is, in grand scheme of things, it's not that expensive. It's the basic necessity, but the big expenses, as I mentioned, are those two things. So when you guys are buying a motorcycle or purchasing a motorcycle, you guys need to consider that into your cost. Don't just go at the cost of what the bike is at the guy's, at a private seller or at a dealership. You have to consider these things, that, oh, I'll have to change the tires. What will I have to do? I will have to change the tires, I'll have to get the service done and all that stuff, depending on what mileage the bike is on. People can choose to skip the services, but since the service is there, I'm a believer that you need to get that done properly, in my humble opinion. 7K plus $1,500. Keep in mind that $1,500 is not going to cost me right away. I have driven this bike for a while now, and I'm going to continue riding for a couple more thousand miles, and then I will get the service done. I'll share more videos, more insight. Leave questions if you have questions you guys have about the bike, this bike, general bikes, whatever, sports bikes. I will do my best to answer those questions to the best of my abilities and share my personal experience. I believe experience matters more than what you see on the paper, and that definitely helps a lot. Huh? Yeah, Ali and Sean. Ali and Sean. Ali, A-L-I, and S-H-A-N. Alright, appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, we just got a subscriber potentially. Hopefully you guys will also enjoy this video. Have fun, have a good time. I will see you guys in the next video. Oh my god, I almost got ran over by Amazon. I'm okay, I'm safe, guys. I'm safe, I've survived. But yes, this is the bike. I'll see you guys in the next video.